What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the #1 most valuable real estate community in existence. We're going to be calling SMS leads live in this live stream, so it's going to be great. Stick around. Make sure that you drop a like on the video to show your support for the channel, and a comment letting us know what you took away from the live. If you haven't already, got to come and join us on the Discord at discord.gg/REI Rev. I'm about to go live there now. Calling leads live. And we are going to get into it. We're going to give everybody an opportunity to come in and join us. They're going to be able to see the stream and everything there. So I'm excited. Hopefully you all take a huge value from today's live. And if you are interested in starting to generate SMS leads, make sure to go and check out List Blast. It's great if you've got a list of people, you've got phone numbers and they're ready to go. So I'm going to go on ahead and go live and give everybody the opportunity, to watch me call these leads. So let's get into it. All right, everybody. Welcome for everybody that's joining. I'm going to set a ping out in the chat, let everybody know that we are going to go live here and that we're going to be calling some of these leads. We're calling SMS. And for anybody that has any questions, I want to make this a super open stream, give everybody an opportunity, to benefit from it. And of course, to also not only, see how these leads are generated, but watch how I talk to these leads and how I conduct these conversations. So this should be great. I'm going to go on ahead. I'm going through List Blast. So if you guys haven't already looked into List Blast, all of the leads that we are calling today are going to be generated using List Blast. So you guys can actually see the quality of lead that I talk to. And you can kind of see, okay, well, if I were to get on List Blast, what could I actually realistically expect from these text messages and people that actually tell me, they're interested versus cold calls, right? So we've got one that's asking how much is List Blast. So it's just $50 a month, and we charge just a small, super affordable setup fee of $9.97. We get it all set up, so we're responsible for giving you a website, getting you actually approved to send out these text messages. Make sure that you've got an LLC, okay, before trying to get signed up. And we handle all of the outbound messages, the pipelines, the workflows, organizing everything and making it super simple so that all you've got to focus on is literally uploading a list and then working the leads that tell you that they're interested to sell. So I'm going to get on the phone now and I'm going to start calling. We're going to go through, we've got a bunch of people to call here. And I also kind of want to show off, some of the features as well. Let me see if we've got some new yeses. Got a lot of people from, okay, yep. So we got this one. They're hitting us back 2 times with a yes. We're going to get them on the phone now. And only for the Discord, guys. If you're in the Discord, you will be able to see List Blast. So make sure, if you're watching on the YouTube, to hop into the Discord. YouTube is sometimes kind of sensitive about what phone numbers and addresses we put up, so we don't want to put any phone numbers and addresses. You guys can just see me make the call. So let's go on ahead. We're going to start calling some people. These are fresh leads coming in today, and I'm going to just show you my process of what I actually do and how all of this actually looks like when I get somebody that tells me they're interested in selling. Now, meanwhile, while I have the text messages going, I've also got my Google ads running, so you're probably going to see some calls come in on that side as well. And this is going to be a great stream. So drop a 1 in the chat if this is your first time joining us in REI Rev, or if you're new here, if you got in here maybe in this last week, drop a 1 in the chat. I want to see how many of us are new to the community. We got a lot of familiar faces in here today, so I don't know. We got one. We got a couple people. The GOAT, 111. Okay. Hey, welcome everybody, especially if this is your first time coming to join us. Welcome to the community. We don't just say this is the #1 most valuable real estate community in existence for no reason. You guys are going to see the types of people that you're going to find here are second to none. Okay, it's quality people in here. And so let's hop in. We really do this business. We're going to get on the phone, start talking to some people, and see if we can't go on ahead and work something out. Hello,
Hello?
Paris. This is John. How are you?
Who's this?
This is John. My assistant Sophia actually sent you a text about that property you've got on Duroc Ave. You said you were looking to sell it.
Yeah,
Okay. Did I catch you at a good time?
yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
What do you need to know anything?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're looking
Okay.
to sell it, we're definitely interested in buying. I mean, we're all over Jefferson County. Um, so if this is something that you'd be looking to sell, I'd be happy to get you, a fair offer.
Okay, what is your offer?
So before I get you an offer, I got to know a little bit more about the property, right? So I know we sent you the text, but what's kind of got you looking to sell?
I want $269.
269,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you thought about maybe listing this with an agent?
No, I don't want to agent.
You don't want an agent?
No.
Okay. Have you made any improvements to the property?
No, I've not done an improvement. I will do it. I will raise the building and building a new complex there
Okay.
if I don't sell it.
And where are we getting that 269,000 number from?
Because of the land price here in Prospect.
Land price. Have you seen anything go for that price?
Yeah. They're building a new house right next to it. They built another house, very nice one, and just two houses after that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're selling right. They don't have enough land right there, so the price is there. It's almost $500,000 acre here in this place. This is just less than little acre, and you can build three houses just like that. Because the other people they built it before that house, Creek subdivision. They're having three houses in the same lot, same size lot.
I've got
Yeah,
a.
so it's own land.
I've got
I'm not
some.
selling a house as a land.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've got some sold data pulled up in front of me here, and let me see. Do you have the lot that's next to the house? Let me see if you got that one.
No, that's not mine.
That's not yours. Okay, so you would be selling the house then.
As I'm saying, I'm asking a land price. House is just total. It's not a house. House is good if somebody can repair it. It could cost like I did it last time, but now there was a tree fell down. This thing happened, so
Yeah,
need everything done like
that lot across
better
the
and
street went for 85,000. That was a third of an acre. So I mean, I might be able to
it's
get.
not
There's
it's
a
not my
one.
size.
I mean, it
It's
might
not
not
my
be your
size a lot.
size,
It's a
but it's got
half of the size.
it's got more road frontage. These are some of the things that do affect the value. And
Buy,
then I'm looking
buy
at one.
that one. Look at buy that one. I'm gonna sell it at price. I can go $5,000-10,000 down up and down. I'm not in that price range. Okay?
Okay, no
If you
worries.
want to waste my time, then it's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay?
No, absolutely
Bye.
not. I appreciate you. Bye bye. So this is definitely not a motivated seller, right? So you move on to the next person. You're gonna know when it's a motivated seller, right? So what you can do, let me go back real quick. You can just tell List Blast that hey, this is not a motivated seller. So you can update them under your opportunities, and you can just call it a dead lead. So that's not somebody you're going to be following up with. I'm going to show you. You're going to see when we talk to these people who's actually motivated. And yeah, like you'll get some people that are just like, oh well, yeah, you hit me on the phone. That's cool. But imagine that, right? We spent less than 4 minutes on the phone with this guy, and it turns out he's not motivated. I knew he wasn't motivated in the first minute, but you're getting connected. You're talking to more people that say that they would consider an offer, right? So you want to talk to those people. Let's get on with Renee.
Renee Thurman.
Renee, we'll call Renee. See if we can't get Renee on.
Renee Thurman.
Okay, so we double dialed 2 times, no answer. Call me when you get this. and then we do called no contact because they expressed interest. I'm going to show you the benefit of this called no contact tab here in a second too. So what we do is we get a power dialer, and every single lead that's in that called no contact column, we just power dial right through them all, right? Because they said that they were interested at one point, we just haven't gotten them on the phone. So we got a bunch of people, and I'm talking, and this is only one of the 5 systems, right? So we give you 5 systems to actually call or send messages to, and this is one of the 5, and I mean, you're gonna see like the types of responses that we get, and I'd be surprised, if we don't talk to somebody who's really motivated today. So let's try to get this guy Brian on the line.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Called once, no answer. Let's call again.
Hello?
Brian, this is John. How are you?
Who are you?
This is John. We sent you that text about that property you got on West Kentucky Street. You said you were looking to sell it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, did I catch you at a good time?
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I saw that you were looking to sell it, so I just want to give you a call and see kind of what's got you in the market to sell.
Okay. We've been talking about this before?
I think this is the first time we've spoken. I don't have any record on my
Oh.
side.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, just call me back. I'm some other time. I'm sorry.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, it's fine.
What time?
Okay? Okay. Around this time maybe fine.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, is it something you really want to
Okay.
sell, or am I
Okay.
spinning my wheels here? I don't want to waste your time.
Yeah, I do, but I don't have time to answer all of the questions, man. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Let's
I'll
do it
call you tomorrow.
Okay?
Sure.
Thanks.
Bye. So I try to hit him with the objection handler, right? The upfront agreement is now a good time. Then he hits me with, oh well, now's not a good time. So I mean, we could follow up with him. I asked him straight up, is this something that we should really follow up with? He said, yeah, follow up. So we follow up and call him tomorrow. Then what you can do is you can also book an appointment, right? If you attach your calendar to it, and then you can just mark it for tomorrow. So I'm gonna follow up with this guy tomorrow, and I'm gonna star him here. And we're gonna go on to the next guy.
Hello.
Hey, Mr. Mueller.
Yeah.
This is John. How are you?
All right.
Good. We sent you the text the other day about River Ridge Cove, and you said you were looking to sell it. So I just want to give you a quick call and see what was going on.
Well, everything I have is for sale, so what do you want to give me for it?
I'd be happy to get you a fair offer. It's really going to depend on what's recently sold and what condition is your property in. But I mean, is this your main residence, or catch me up to speed? What are we looking at here?
Yeah, I mean, I live there.
Yeah. I mean, do you have a place to go? If you were to sell it.
Oh, yeah, I could
Okay.
buy something else.
I hear you. It looks like it's right here on the Ohio River, so it looks like it's in a nice spot there.
Yep. The last house was built right there, 2 houses down from me, about 3 years ago or 4 years ago, and he bought the lot for 1.2.
Oh wow. You see, which one was that? That must have been. Is that 39 or 13910 River Glen? Let's see if that was the one.
No,
No.
no, he's 3602,
3602. Okay, gotcha.
I think.
I see.
Yeah, I'm 6.
I see 3602 went for, and that's 2.9 acres, went for 475.
When?
That's saying the 18th of January 23.
And that's how he beat it. Well, he's selling the lot and the house for 6.9 million right now.
Okay. Oh, I got you. That's this one over here. I see that one.
Yeah.
That other one was the one that went for 475. Let's see how much this one went for. Yeah, that one sold. I don't know if there was a house on it in 2015 for 1.3, 1.35.
Yeah, it wasn't a house on it. Yeah.
Okay. And now it's
No,
listed, like you
many.
said, just under 7.
Yeah. Yeah. Annoying.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, if you were to sell yours, what do you feel like you'd want to get out of it?
I have to get 5.
5?
Yeah.
Okay. Where's that number coming from?
From me.
Just what you're looking to get out of it?
No, it's the only thing. I mean, I'm not going to sell it unless I can at least get 5 out of it.
I hear you. No, that's fair. Would you want to list it?
Not really.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, I'm typically looking to buy something, at a price that I might be able to come in and make improvements to potentially sell for more in the future. And so, my offer is really going to be based off of what I can see has recently sold.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing to improve.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in excellent shape, and it's just the 2 of us living in it, so it doesn't get any use. There's 3 kitchens, 8 or 9 bedrooms, 8 HVAC systems, 50 kW generator for backup. I mean, there ain't nothing to fix. So you probably ought to be looking at something else.
I hear you. Well, it certainly never hurts to ask. The only one that I can see.
No.
Yeah, the only one that I can see that's sold that might be comparable, and I haven't been inside or anything to know exactly if I'm comparing apples to apples here. But 3601 Deer Pond Cove sold for $3 million. That was just recently, actually. That was March 24th, just closed.
Yeah, that was Archetti's old house, and those people are doing quite a bit to them. So, yeah, I get it.
Okay. If I were,
Yeah, they
anywhere
were
even
renting
close
that house before.
to that number, I mean, is that something you'd even consider, or you wouldn't even bat an eye at it?
I don't know. Not probably not.
Mm-hmm.
I know what the market is. We got 5 acres on the river inside Jefferson County with a dock, and on the river. So I'm okay.
I hear you. Well, hey,
It's
like I
not a
said,
bad place to live.
no, you're definitely crushing it. I'm excited for you. It's incredible. But I certainly appreciate the time. I won't take up any more from you, and I hope that you have a
Okay.
fantastic rest of your day today.
All right. You too. Thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Dude, you know what? I just thought of it. Like, that guy might be somebody that I should have considered, like, asking, hey, would you be interested in investing or doing anything else outside of that, right? Because that guy's sitting on a big house, bro, $5 million house. That guy's got some cash, probably just sitting around. He's got no need, to sell it, but he's open to talk. Let me call him back. Hey, man, real quick. I will ask. It never hurts to ask, like you said. It never hurts to ask. You'll be surprised.
Hello.
Hey, Mr. Mueller, it's John. Hey, I figured I'd
Yeah.
ask, man, because I know that I asked the other question, but I mean, do you do any investing at all? Do you ever, do you have any interest in like buying real estate, or do you have a portfolio or anything that you're looking to expand by chance? Is there any way that I could serve you in your business?
You know what? I own most of my stuff is commercial, and then the other residents that I have are out of the country.
No
So
kidding.
I'm not. Yeah. So I don't. I'm not really investing much.
Okay. So nothing commercial or anything that you might be interested in buying or partnering on if I could get you like a screaming deal.
No, if I did, my kids usually are the partners because they take care of them and manage them, and do all they're in the construction business, so
I hear you.
they take care of stuff. Yeah.
No, well, that's awesome, man, and I appreciate the time. I figured I'd ask just to see, but of course, again, you take care and you have a blessed rest of your day and week, okay?
Okay, John, you too, pal.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
All right, buddy. Bye.
We'll see, man. So it's not going to be a lead. He's certainly not going to sell me his house at a discount. But we got a lot of other people to call, so let's call some other people.
Please leave your message for 50. Please leave your message for 502724.
Okay. So they're not, or they haven't picked up, so we add them to call no contact. I'm going to show you when we go back and go through this stuff a little bit later, how we can easily, you know, go through the call no contact. Let's see. That must have been me then. Alright. Manor Gate Drive. Let's call here. So what I like to do is I pull it up, you know what I'm saying? I get it in front of me, I can see what am I looking at. Super important there, and then I just call. You know, I don't do any investigating. I'm not running comps. They said that they're interested. I'm calling. We're having a conversation about it.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 502. Your call has been forwarded.
Call no contact. I already called this guy. Let's call this guy Richard, who says yes. Lance.
Hello, this is Kim. Sorry I missed your call. I'll return it as soon as I can.
Looks like we're looking for Kim. Let's see if we can get Miss Nooner on the phone.
Hello, this is Kim. Sorry I missed your call.
Call no contact. We can also star. And another guy called Joe. I don't know if I called this guy. Let's see.
Coach Chauvenet Jr. Sorry, I'm away from my phone right now, but if you could please leave me. Coach Chauvenet Jr. Sorry, I'm away from my phone right now, but if you could
Call him 3 times on this one. Went to voicemail like that.
Coach Chauvenet Jr. Sorry, I'm away from my phone.
so we can load some more. Let's see what's going on with Holly. Hey, Holly.
Yeah?
This is John. We sent you that text about the property on St. Edwards Drive the other day. You said you were looking to sell it, so I just want to give you a quick call.
Oh, I'm glad you called because I get so inundated with so much junk email that I don't get a lot of things.
Okay, yeah. Well,
So,
happy I could reach you.
I'm in the midst of a million things with different properties, so please refresh my memory. I know we talked about you wanted to purchase it. It does have a tenant in it. You're familiar with that, right?
Catch me up to speed. What's the situation with the tenant?
It has a tenant in place.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I've spoken to many different people, and I'm not sure if you were aware of that or not.
Okay, this is the first time I'm hearing of it, but I mean, I'm sure we can go over the details real quick. Do you know how much they're currently paying per month?
Yes. Well, it's a Section 8 tenant,
Mm-hmm.
so the total rental price that they're paying for rent is $21.50, and then they're paying the HOA, which is $239, and they're paying pet rent, which is $30. So all that totaled together.
Okay. And I know you said you got a million things
The
going on right now. Go ahead, sorry.
I have other rentals I'm trying to sell also, and just too much going on, and too many people that I've talked to, so I get mixed up after a while.
Well, I'd be happy to be the last person you've got to deal with, you know, to take some of these off your plate. Which of the rentals are you looking to sell? You said you got a couple. Are you looking to sell all of them, or are you looking to sell a handful? What's the situation here?
I have one that's sitting empty. It's a house,
Mm-hmm.
and I just did a lot of work to it, so I put in an entire new kitchen, new flooring, appliances, what have you,
Mm-hmm.
a new deck, brand new deck, so things like that. But I've been trying to either rent it or sell it, so I'm still kind of showing it, but I'm so tired of the rental business. It's just no fun anymore.
I hear you.
So I'm looking to sell it, and I have people interested in it.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I have different offers. Some of them have been very low ball. Some of them he wants me to partner with him. They sell it, and he wants to use the money like I'd be the banker, and he'd find properties to flip.
Is this like they're asking you to do seller finance or subject to, or what's the situation there?
I don't know the exact details yet. We've only spoken over the phone. We're supposed to meet tomorrow with I don't know what the people that do all the title, and not a holding company, but they handle all trust, wills, legal, real estate, all that kind of stuff to set up in order to set something up, or see how we could set up some kind of plan where he would actually sell this property that's fixed up. And he's looked at it already, and he said, yeah, it's in great shape, and it looks really nice, and it would sell fast. So he said, we'll sell it. So we'd have to come up with a price. And then he wanted that money to go into properties that he would find. He's a realtor, so I don't know. I'm just exploring options. Because what my situation is my rental properties are my income. I still need to put that money to work to provide me income somehow.
I hear you.
And I don't know that I want to do another 1031 exchange because that keeps me as a landlord. I don't really want to do that. So I'm looking for options. Or I sell it outright and just pay the capital gains and move on with my life.
Well,
But
I would
that
be,
causes all kinds of other issues.
right, and I don't know what else you got going on, but I mean, you said you got a million things going on, and that would definitely affect, you know, your tax bracket and, you know, a whole bunch of other stuff if you got other projects you're working on, and, you know, I don't know. But how do you feel about the other offer that you've got? I mean, do you feel like you want to work with this guy and do what he's proposing in terms of him selling your house and maybe you all, I guess, partnering to find other flips and that kind of thing? Or are you looking more for like an as-is offer? You don't want to make any repairs. You don't want to deal with any showings. You just want to kind of sit back and wait to close.
I don't know for sure. I'm exploring working with him just to see what that means. I don't know enough about it yet. If it's lucrative and if it's easy and I'm not, you know, I'd basically be the silent partner banker, I think. So I don't know enough about it, and I'm very cautious that way.
I understand.
Or the other option is sell it and retire. It's time for me to retire. But I need to have some kind of passive income.
Right. I mean, it
So
also sounds
we have
like
to figure out what's best.
you're in a pretty good spot. I mean, you've got some rental income coming in. I know that, you know, the burden of being a landlord is you've got to be responsible for making repairs and that kind of stuff. And people call you all hours of the day, you know, to tell you about what's going on. But what do you feel like if you could have, let's say, a perfect scenario play out for you? What would that look like for you?
If we could find a situation where I could liquidate the rentals and protect that money somehow from capital gains, I'm not sure if that's possible. I know I've looked into, what is it, a Delaware trust, but those fees are very high, so I've been recommended not, and your money's tied up for like 5-10 years, and all the fees and all the stuff you're paying is so high. So I don't know if that's a good solution.
Well, let me ask you
I don't know
this.
what other solutions there are. I'm trying to find stuff.
I've got a potential solution that comes to mind. Do you own these properties free and clear?
Yes.
Okay. So one of the ways that we've actually worked with sellers in a similar situation where, you know, they just don't want to be a landlord anymore, but they also don't necessarily want to pay, you know, the capital gains, is what we do is we'll create a new entity. And have you heard of a DSCR loan? Have you ever had or used or worked with a DSCR loan?
I have heard of the DSCR, but I don't know. I haven't looked into it to see what it is.
Okay.
I've heard that acronym used before.
Yeah, so it's essentially a loan that you get, and it's completely based off of the property and what the property brings in, okay?
Okay.
And so essentially DSCR stands for debt service coverage ratio. And so what they'll look at is the net operating income and divide that by the total debt service. And so if the net operating income, for instance, is 120,000 and the annual debt payments are 100,000, it would be a DSCR of 1.2. So that means that the property generates 20% more income than needed to cover the debt. So essentially what we could do is, instead of you selling it to us, the way that we keep that chain of title clean would be, we would quit claim deed the property into an entity that both of our names would be on, and we would refinance, right? So you could actually get that money that you're looking to pull out of the property. We could go get it appraised, and we could work on a number that would be great for you, and you wouldn't pay capital gains on that money because it's not earned income. This is a loan.
Right, it's a loan.
Exactly. So that is one of the ways that we
Okay,
have.
yes, I've heard that.
Uh-huh.
I've heard that idea before. I didn't know what it was called, a DSCR. But I've
Absolutely.
heard, yes, to pull out the equity by a loan, and then it's a loan, it's not capital gains.
Right, so essentially we would refinance
And
the
that-
property. So we'd pull out the equity and we'd get
Mhm.
the DSCR loan product. And at that point, you would have that pretty much tax-free income coming in, right? Because it is a loan. And at that point, you'd be done worrying about the properties. We would be responsible for servicing the debt. And the way that we do that is, of course, by keeping the renters there, and we essentially manage the property. You're done.
Okay. So that I understand, so the DSCR would pull out, you wouldn't be able to pull out all the equity from in a loan.
No.
It's not like 100%, or are you paying me the balance of what the property is valued at?
So
How does that work?
Here's what we could do. What we could do is we could get the properties appraised. We could see, what our lender would appraise them to be worth. And then from there, we could pull out a maximum of 75%, equity per property, right? So of that 75% equity that we can borrow, right, we can come to an agreement on a number that you'd feel would be fair for you, and that of course would allow us, to have some wiggle room to make sure that we can budget for, any repairs or any rainy day fund that we might need to keep, to service the property, right? And so the benefit to you would be that you wouldn't have to worry about those capital gains, and we could certainly schedule a call to sit down with one of our lenders, to explain, how this could all work. And you also wouldn't have to worry about managing the property anymore. So it would be after we do the refinance and you get the proceeds from that loan, essentially you'd no longer need to worry about management. You'd be out. We would refinance you out.
Then are you actually purchasing the property at that point, or am I still the owner?
Yes, so we would purchase the property, but the way that we do it is a little bit creative, right? Because we wouldn't be able to refinance if we purchase it. So the way that we get the refinance is we create an entity together that has a partnership agreement, and an operating agreement that states that you have whatever percent equity, and then after the refinance, you would no longer be a partner in the LLC, right? So now you have the proceeds, right, from the refinance, whatever we can come to an agreement on, and now you're no longer a partner of the LLC. But
okay, but say the refinance is 75% of the property value.
Right.
So that I would receive, but where does that other 25% of the property value go to?
It would stay in the property. Right, because we can't access
So
the
then,
full 100%.
But then I am still owner of the property?
No, so you'd no longer be the owner, right? After you receive the proceeds from the refinance, you're no longer a part of the entity that owns
okay,
the
but
properties.
that's losing. Yeah, something doesn't add up in my mind as far as then that 25% of value in that property. How do I get that?
Well, if you want to get 100% of the value of your property, I would suggest listing it, with an agent. But the trade-off is you're not going to be able to keep 100% of the proceeds, right? Because of capital gains. So this is
Right.
this is how we could help you avoid paying
Okay,
capital
so
gains.
basically you on your side of the table are receiving 25% equity in a property and a tenant and monthly income from it, and it becomes your property.
In exchange
Basically, you got a very
for you not having to worry about maintenance, for you not having to repair the property, you wouldn't need to worry about capital gains, right? Those are the benefits that you would receive from a scenario like that. And so,
Right.
I understand you want to
No,
explore all your options.
I understand that.
And so I just wanted to present this one to you because this was actually a conversation I just recently had with my lender because of, us doing this in the past.
And my other thought is, I didn't know the name of it, but I knew I could possibly refinance the properties to get equity out, and then sell it. And I don't know how that works. And just do that myself, so I don't know. But that was one thought.
That is a possibility.
So,
But
anyway.
it might be, extra steps for you. But of course, at the end of the day, it is your property. So I'm just trying to figure out what you're looking to do. If you'd be
Right,
open,
I
even
understand.
to
I understand.
a cash offer, I'd be happy to get you a cash offer. Now, whatever investor you talk to is likely going to offer you a number that accounts for the condition of the property as it sits today, but budgets for
Right, I
future
realize
repairs,
that.
that need to get made. Now, one of the ways that, we've actually helped homeowners in the past as well is, we have a pool of retail buyers that we work with. And so essentially what we can do is finance that property with a conventional or FHA loan. And because we bring in that third-party retail buyer, we can get you more, right? So you don't have to worry about, finding the best agent or, scheduling with them or negotiating with anybody. We could come to an agreement based off of, what's recently sold and what condition it's sold in to get you really the most that we possibly could.
And that scenario would be without doing the DSCR, correct?
Correct.
Or still being able to do the DSCR. Okay.
Yeah. So that.
So
would
in
be
that
without.
scenario, I'd still have the capital gains issue to deal with,
Yep.
right?
Yep. And then the other
Yeah.
thing is, we've gotten really creative, on some of these acquisitions, and I don't mean to bore you or anything, but if you're open to maybe holding a note, on some future equity, I of course always want to set a realistic expectation. We're investors as well, so of course it's got to be a deal. There has to be some room for us to profit. That doesn't mean that every deal has to be a home run, but it's got to be worth our time as much as it needs to be worth your time. And if we can come to some sort of agreement
Right.
where the two of us can feel like we're both winning at the closing table, I would be happy to explore what exactly that might look like, for you.
Okay. And then I realize you're out of state, so you have a proper operation, whatever, that handles
Yeah,
these, or are you just doing it to flip the property?
We have a property management team. I do invest virtually, so I'm not local to Louisville, but a little bit about me. I've actually started a community called REI Rev, and we have grown that community to about 20,000 members nationwide. And so there are a few markets, that we are actively investing in, and we've got, actual teams that are local there. So it would be no problem, for us to schedule, an appointment and have, one of my representatives come meet you somewhere or at the properties if we needed to. But, if we were to purchase the properties and keep the tenants, it'd be a seamless transition for them. It wouldn't make any difference.
Okay.
But I also
All right.
understand.
Well,
you've got a lot of options. One thing I do know is real is, option overload. So it's kind of hard,
Yep.
for us to get everything, that you're looking for. But honestly, if you're looking to just be done
Yeah.
with it, I would strongly suggest one or the other. I would suggest, hey, maybe take a cash offer. Of course, you'd have to pay capital gains on that. But if you're not looking to pay capital gains, that's where you might want to try to get creative. And that's probably where, doing a refinance might be of interest to you.
Well, and the reason I thought of that is my primary residence needs a lot of work, and I'm debating that too. So if I could pull out equity from these rentals that are paid for and do the work on my own home.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be one way to do it, that DSCR, and that would be a good way for that.
Right. But then, of course, you'd
Or,
still be
I'm
responsible
at the,
for servicing those loans, and it sounded like right now this is your income, right? So are you living off of the income that you get from these rentals?
yes.
Okay, so I'm going to just be straight up with you that income that you're getting is going to be eaten up by your lender, right? Because they're servicing.
A lot of it is, yeah. But for that property, but you're saying, like the DSCR, they're just taking the income from that one property, correct?
Correct. Yep.
Right. So I think I have enough of the other properties that I have enough to live on, so I think I could do that. And then that would give me the money to repair my home. And I think I could handle that okay.
Okay. And
So
I'd be even happy
it's just juggling, yeah.
if I can help you, get in touch with a lender that could get you, a great loan product, or even explain the steps. If that's what you'd want to do, I'd be happy to point you in the right direction there.
Okay. And that, I think, is partly what this meeting I have tomorrow is not so much the lender, but they have all the connections for all the quality people to work with in this area. So I've dealt with them before, and I know they have a great reputation, so stuff like that.
Okay.
So yes, thank you for that offer. I appreciate it, and I'm sure if you probably have the same people I would come across, I bet.
It's possible.
Anyway,
Well, let me ask you this. Should I follow up with you? Should we stay in touch, or do you feel like, you're probably going to go a different direction?
I honestly don't know what direction to go in yet. I'm trying to educate myself enough to see what would be the best scenario. But I do know that being a landlord is just becoming a pain in the neck. And I don't want to do it. Trying to figure out the best time and way to liquidate. And it may be, I may end up having to hold on to it until this renter is done in 10 months at the end of the contract. I mean, the other one's empty, so that has no... And maybe that's the way I do it. I've thought about even moving into the property after the tenant's gone and live there for 2 years and then sell it and move into the next one, live there 2 years. I don't know if I want to do all that.
Which one was the
I don't know.
property
I'm
you
trying
said
to...
was vacant?
12625 Bay Arbor Place.
Okay. And do you have an
I
idea
think we talked
for-
about both of them, didn't we?
I think we talked about St. Edward's Drive originally, but I don't know if that was the one you were really as motivated
Yeah, and
to sell.
that's a condo. That's a condo, right?
Right.
And that was empty also. I just put this tenant in February 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
So
just
for
a little over 2 months he's been
The
there.
one on Bay Arbor Place, do you know what you're looking to get or what you're really looking to net? What is your ask on this one?
I'm looking to net a minimum of like 290.
290.
I've had view it and give me numbers, and it's in good shape.
Mm-hmm.
And they thought to list it at about 305 if I sell it through them.
And that's your agent?
Yeah.
And what's stopping you from doing that?
Capital gains and how it affects the rest of my finances. So,
Mm-hmm.
and mostly capital gains.
Capital gains. Would you want to consider the refinance strategy that we were talking about on this one? I mean, it's already vacant. You don't have to really worry about anyone in there. Because I mean, I can help you,
the
not pay
DSCR
capital
you're talking
gains,
about. Yeah.
but I can't help you not pay
Yeah.
capital gains and get the most for your property. It's like, you got to pick one or the other here.
No, that's understood. I mean, there's a cost to like closing commissions, all that. So I've had a lot of people want to do a cash offer, and they cover all the expenses, and you're not paying commissions and closing costs and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
And right now I have a couple people who have one gave me a price of $285
Mm-hmm.
cash, and I'd be done with it. Other people are still, one gave me $160, so I've had every ballpark number out there.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, and then this guy came up with his idea. So he's the one saying I could do probably 285, 290
285.
to cash out. So I would go less than that way.
I hear you. So what do you feel like you want to do? Are you feel like you're going to take an offer here soon?
Yeah, because I'm not getting tense, and I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
Tired of the crap they put you through. I just don't want to do it anymore. So yeah, I will probably take a deal on that soon, and see which is the best way to finance my retirement and keep as much, just the best case financial arrangement is what I'm looking for that one anyway.
Who do you think is helping
And the other
you
one,
make this decision? I know this is a big decision. Do you have anybody that's kind of helping you, or that you're running ideas across?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. I mean, different people I've talked to, but everybody's got a different idea, Everybody's got a different take on this.
Right.
A financial planner person just said, life is short, sell it, pay the capital gains, and move on.
Right.
So there's...
Well, when do you feel like
So
you're
who
trying to
knows?
make a decision by?
I'd say within this month.
So by the end of this month, you're trying to make a decision?
As to which way I'm going to go, yeah.
Okay. When do you feel like might be a good time that we could reconnect and see, if I can present an option for you that would make the most sense?
Well, I want to hear what they have to say tomorrow at this meeting, and that will help, I think, me learn. Like, you just informed me about the DSCR, so that I knew something existed. I didn't know exactly what it was that I could do. That's a good option in many ways.
Right.
So I want to see what they have to say and see what they recommend. I've dealt with them before many years ago on these when I purchased these rentals. So I'll see what they have to say.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say I either bite the bullet, pay the capital gains, or I sell it. I don't know if it's be the bank, or I do think pulling out the equity somehow is a good idea. Whether I do it myself or do it through you or some other scenario comes up, I do think that's a good idea because I need it anyway for my personal property.
Right. Okay, well, I know you've got that call then tomorrow.
Anyway.
How about we try to reconnect, let's say Wednesday, and see, what you think about their offer, if it makes sense to move forward. And, we decide, hey, am I going to be an option that you'd want to really consider or not? Either way, it's fine. But I figured I'd just reach out and see.
Okay, do me a favor. I'm sorry, I've talked to so many people.
Mm-hmm.
I want to tie your name to this phone number, so tell me your name again.
Yeah, my name is John Johnson. That's John Johnson.
That's an easy one. And it's REI
Revolution.
What is your company? Revolution.
Yep.
Okay. Right. I saw your area code. You're from Farmington? Is that right?
That's the office line. I'm actually from Silver Spring, Maryland.
Okay.
Yep. And so we're
only
buying all
'cause,
over Jefferson County, Kentucky.
Right now?
Yep.
Huh. Okay. That's why I'm getting so many calls from all over creation. Okay.
It might be. All right, Holly,
Okay. Well,
I sincerely
I
appreciate the time.
appreciate the information,
Yep.
and we will be in touch. I'll see what I can come up with.
Sounds great. I'll talk to you on Wednesday.
All right. All right. Thank you, John.
Yep. Take care.
Bye.
All right. So that's a good lead. It could be something there. Meanwhile, I actually got a PPC lead come in, so y'all wanna see me talk. This is gonna be like the difference between SMS and PPC. You're gonna see the difference here. Drop a 1 in the chat if you want to see a PPC lead and how that conversation actually plays out. We got 56 people in here. Y'all gotta drop a 1 in the chat, man. How many of us are even paying attention? Are we even in here right now? 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. There we go. We got the 1s in the chat. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching us on YouTube, come and join us in the Discord at discord.gg/REIRev. Got to come and be a part of the #1 most valuable real estate community in existence. We're going to follow up with Holly on Wednesday. A lot of 1s in the chat. Big 1s, big dubs, big dubs. Hopefully that was a good call. What do you guys think? How do you feel about that call with Miss Holly? You think that could be something? Do you think she's too overwhelmed with options? What are we feeling like here? Appreciate that. Let's get on. Oh, let's see who this was. Okay, did somebody call in while I was on the phone? Let's see. 276. This is 3. Let's call in. Mia says she's motivated for sure.
Hello.
Hey, this is John. I just missed a call from this number.
Yes. Is this about buying houses?
Yes, we do. We buy houses.
And what's the name of your company or whatever?
It's Casher Creative. Did you see us on Google?
Oh,
I thought that's what it was. I could make it out really good. Yeah, that's what I'm looking to do, and it's just like as is because, I don't have anyone that can really do anything anymore, and I broke my hip. I'm 72 years old. Um,
Oh wow.
I can't keep it up. I can't keep, the yard and stuff up like I want to. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done right now, and I can't do it.
Uh-huh. I mean,
And I live by the lake, South Hostin Lake.
okay. I
I
mean, we
have access.
definitely.
My driveway is access to the lake.
Okay. What's the address of the property you're looking to sell?
21246 Lake Road, Abingdon, Virginia, 24211.
Gotcha. And what was your name?
Brenda Meadows.
Pleasure to meet you, Miss
And I owe a
Meadows.
mortgage on it.
You got a mortgage on it? What do you owe on this one?
85.
Owes 85. Okay. And so I know you said that a lot needs to get done here, Brenda. What do you feel like needs to get done?
Well, I think I plan on like putting the floor into the 3 bedrooms that has carpet on the floor.
Uh-huh.
I want, because I have wood flooring in the living room and the kitchen and the hallway. It's not that floating floor, it's wood.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to, done that. Some paint, repaint
Uh-huh.
would have been nice. The wind came through and busted my storm door, and what I call like a little offset, little sunroom offset. You might know this has stuff in it, poured in it right now, but it busted that window, the door out. So definitely need a new door, storm door, and one for the living room. Storm door out here too, really. This house was built in, what was it, 74, I think.
Uh-huh.
So, it's old, I'm saying.
I hear you.
The windows and stuff, it wouldn't hurt to update windows either, really,
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like to have done. It's got the new windows in. My kitchen has stainless steel appliances in it. Dishwasher, microwave, food top stove range, refrigerator side by side.
Uh-huh.
It's wood flooring. My kitchen's pretty nice. It's a bar, it's pretty nice. Bathroom. Anybody wanted that day, but it's still a nice bathroom. It has tile in the bathroom, not like the cheap tile. It's that real hard I'm talking about. We got a grout.
What color is
So,
it?
it's white.
Oh, that's lovely. Okay. When was the last time the bathroom got updated?
It's not being updated.
Hasn't
Other
been
than just being, cleaned or whatever. No, it's not being updated. The tub, it has a nice tub in it and has a shower inside. It's not just like a little bathtub stuck in there with whatever. That's a full tub with the, I know what I'm talking about. I can't think what they call it though. It's nice.
It certainly sounds nice.
I don't see anything wrong with the bathroom. Like I said, the windows, like I said, it's 74, so you can imagine, what I'm saying?
Right. Well, Brenda, did you have an idea for what you think you might be looking to get out of this?
I'd like to walk away with at least 40 to 50,000.
40 to 50? Okay. So if you've got, let's say you owe 85, right? If you're looking to walk away with 50,000, that'd be about 135 to you. And I mean, we would come in, of course, we'd buy it as is, so you wouldn't have to worry about making any improvements to the property. And of course, if we could take care of those closing costs, and you wouldn't have to worry about, finding a realtor or anything like that, is that kind of what you're looking for?
Yeah, because I just can't afford to do all that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I need to walk away with something where I can get somewhere. I know I couldn't buy. I'm not going to try to even buy another place or anything like that. I would just rent. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm 72 years old. You know,
Right.
and I'm raising my 2 grandchildren. So, yeah,
Would they be going with you?
yes, until their mom gets things together. Yes.
Uh-huh. And I mean, do you already have a place in mind for where you'd be off to next?
Not really. I just, I'm just trying to just take it by day to day. And I have there's a basement also, and it's like an apartment. It's got 2 bedrooms and a bath, a kitchen, and living room. There's things down. It needs some more sheetrock in the kitchen. Not a lot. I'm saying it could be. They see. I was with someone like for 15 years, and we was in the process of really doing the basement, and he did do it really nicely. And I let my daughter live down there, so you can imagine school kids and stuff. And yeah, but he's not here anymore. He got killed 2 years ago, walking home.
Wow.
Car hit him.
Oh.
So he kept everything done. He kept the yard clean. He kept everything done. Anything need to be repaired, he done it. And so it's been rough. And my son, he's living down there now, his little boy, and he's just not. Give him a car or something to put a motor in or do anything mechanical wise, welding. He's your man. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But he's not a carpenter. He's not someone that takes in probably getting out here and cleaning up your yard, mowing, all that stuff. He's just not that. And he works and he comes home and he like I said, he put motors in, transmissions and something like that. Yeah, got on that.
Do you feel like the house is in a livable situation right now?
Oh yeah, yes.
Okay.
Living upstairs. I mean, yeah.
So everything has been well kept. There's not a lot of stuff or anything like that you might need to take with you, or what do you think your plan would be? When you sell it, would you need help?
Take with me?
Yeah. Would you be taking
just
a lot of stuff?
My
or
furniture,
Uh-huh. Okay.
Probably not everything. I'm not even sure, if I can get in a place and how big it's going to be or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'll just, maybe buy me a new bedroom set because this one in here was pretty old. My mom had it. This, that, and the other. So.
And Brenda, I see there is a Mr. John Keene that's listed here on the property.
He's deceased.
That's your husband?
That was my stepdad. No, that was my stepdad. He's deceased. Also, my mom, Mary Keene, she's deceased. And when they bought the house and stuff, it was always if anything happened to them, then it was falls to me.
Okay. I do see that it is in a life estate. So do you have the paperwork and everything, say if we were to bring this to the title company?
I have a deed.
You have the deed.
And the bank, has all the information.
Okay. And so Brenda, let's see. If you're at okay, so in that case, I mean, do you feel like 120,000 would be a number that you'd consider for this one?
For the house?
Yes.
I was told that it looked like it would be for like 221, between 220 and 221.
Oh, were you looking to sell it, with an agent, or were you looking to sell it as is?
No, it's just as is. And that
As
was
is.
after they said they've come and they could do some repairs and pay off the mortgage.
Mhm. I mean, did you want to go about doing the repairs yourself?
I don't have the money to do the repairs.
I hear you. It's just, I mean, if we were to buy it, I mean, we would have to budget um, a, an amount, that we could keep in mind to make those repairs if necessary. And so,
Right.
we might not be the highest offer, but what I can guarantee is that we would be a very convenient sell. So you don't have to worry about making any repairs. We will take it as is. And then I can really see about, how much, we could really get to you, especially, if we partner with a retail buyer, somebody that has the intention that wants to live in the property. We can see what our best offer might be. But, if you're looking to get the absolute most out of your property, I would say, you've definitely got to, fix it up to be prepared to list. But if you're looking more for that convenience, that would mean, you've got to consider a reduced price, for what you're looking to get out of this.
Right.
So if you owe 85 and you're looking to walk away with, let's say, 50, and we were to take care of all the closing costs, you don't have to worry about making any repairs or anything like that. That would put us at 135. Is that something, that you'd want to walk away with? Would be that 50,000, and we get the ball rolling on something here today?
If I could walk away with 50,000, I think that would be doable.
50,000, okay.
I would certainly consider it. I certainly would.
I mean, would there be
So
anything,
you didn't.
would there be
Go
anything
ahead. I can't hear
stopping
you.
you? Sorry, can you hear me a little bit better now?
Yeah. It's not really good today for some reason. I don't know.
That's
the
all
weather.
right. I was just asking, if we can make sure that you net that 50,000 at the closing table, okay? Is there anything stopping us from getting an agreement together now?
You mean like today?
Right.
Let's see here now. I need to. Now, what would I need to do? Let's see. On like a time frame that I can be out.
So let's take a look at the calendar, Brenda. Let me pull up my calendar. Today is the 7th. Wow. I mean, this month is going right on by. Can you believe it? Today's Monday the 7th. Let's see here.
I know. It's crazy.
I tell you, it's like time just flies so quick.
I know.
Let me see, Brenda. I mean, if we could shoot for the 30th of June, okay, so that's the end of June. Do you feel like that would give you enough time to get everything together so that we could go on ahead and close?
I think I could. I mean, I don't see why not. That would be about 2.5 months, right? About
Let's
that.
see. I mean, what we can do is we can do, let's say, on or before 90 days. That way you're not in any sort of rush.
Yeah, I can't be rushed, but like I said, I broke my hip and stuff, and I have to have help to do stuff, and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And maybe try to see where I can go. Like I said, I got my 2 grandchildren,
Mm-hmm. So do you think that might be enough time for you? Because like I said, I don't want you to feel rushed.
I'm thinking
Mm-hmm.
at least 90 days, at least 3 months. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So I would be happy to do that. I think we could do 3 months. And if anything changes, and you're looking to close sooner, let's say, we get 2 months in and you're ready to go, we could see about even expediting that to close it on your timeline. If you got to get out of there sooner rather than later, we're happy to try to move things around so that, when you're ready, we're good to go.
Right. Well, if I can walk away with $50,000,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's doable. I just don't want to be here. I want to do things and I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? It's very frustrating, believe me. When you're used to working and you can't work and you don't have no help, and it's hard.
I hear you.
All right, so what do I need to do? What would I need to do? I need to call the bank. I need to do what do I need to do? Do you take care of all this stuff?
So here's what we can do first, Brenda. What we can do is I'm going to get an agreement sent to you, and this is going to highlight just everything that we talked about, being that we could purchase the property, let's say for the $135,000. Now, I will also include that you are to walk away with, you are to net a minimum of $50,000 minimum. And it's what we can do is the first step's going to get this over to the title company, because the title company is going to be responsible for doing what's called a title search. Okay. Now, when they go and do their title search, they're going to reach out to your lender, the mortgage company. They're going to do a search and see if there are any back taxes.
It's a bank.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Any
it's
liens.
A bank.
And so anything
I don't owe no taxes.
Okay.
My property taxes are included with my mortgage, so I'm good on that.
Perfect. And so the title company is just going to go on ahead and confirm that for us, okay? But this would just be an agreement that's going to outline, exactly what we talked about today, being that, let's see, today's the 7th. We will go on ahead and make sure that you net that $50,000, okay? We will take the property as is. You won't have to worry about making any repairs to the property. And on top of that, let's see, we will take care of those closing costs, all right? So you don't have to worry about any agent commission or anything like that. We'll take care of it. The only thing that I will ask is, I know you got it's your grandkids, right, that are with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say, if we were to try to schedule showings, would that be a problem? Would we be able to schedule showings with you?
Yeah, just let me know,
Okay. Well, fantastic. And Brenda, how do I spell your name? Is it Brenda? And then
Yes.
you said it was Meadows. That's Meadows?
Correct.
Okay. So give me 1 second here, Brenda, and I'm going to actually get this over to you. Brenda, do you have a smartphone? Could I send you an email?
I do.
Okay, perfect. So let me get this to you, and then we can go on ahead and we can review this together. And today, this is the 7th. And is there anything else that maybe I should know about?
Other than what I told you, like anything to be done, like the, this basement, like the kitchen needs some sheetrock in there. And probably somebody would want to redo the basement. You know what I'm saying? It would just be their own preference. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I know you said you were fixing to take some of that furniture with you. Would you be able to leave the appliances?
Oh yes.
Okay. Lovely. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. No, I won't be taking no appliances.
Okay. No, then that should be all good. So here's what I'm going to do, Brenda. I'm going to get this sent to you. Give me 1 second now. Have you used DocuSign before?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So it'll
What
be
is that?
real simple. I'll send it over to you. And what is your best email, Brenda?
Meadows Brenda 53 at Gmail. Okay.
Okay, well, teacher, before that, the office off.
Give me 1 second. Close the door, Mason. No. Come here. Nice. Just a second about this right here. That's your... What?
They lost it.
What happened?
That I came back to get my headphones back to work, so I left them there. And then left them in the first floor, and then went back to the second floor to get them. I came back, my headphones weren't there either. I looked down, I see my headphones in the floor. And that's what
Who did it?
Already blinking shit and Brady got.
Why?
I don't know.
Did the principal talk to him?
No.
I'll call him tomorrow. But don't run away now. Okay.
Everything okay,
Go
Brenda?
check the mail, Mason. Yes. Go check the mail. Mason, go check the mail. Junior, take your backpack downstairs. Kids got home from school. Sorry.
No, all good. Is now still a good time to go on ahead and review everything and get the ball rolling?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay. So Brenda, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go on ahead, I'm going to send you this, and you should get this email from DocuSign. It's going to say, complete with DocuSign as is purchase and sale agreement, okay?
Okay.
And then we'll go on ahead, we can review it together, and it's just going to go on ahead and outline, everything that we've already agreed to over the phone, just in writing so that we can get the ball rolling. We can schedule, after we get this going, we can actually schedule a time for us to go out and see the property. And then we can, of course, get the ball rolling with everything in terms of getting the financing and everything like that together. We'll schedule showings with you or anything that we need. We'll give you, a call in advance.
Basically, I'm on 16er. I'm sorry. They're looking for snacks and stuff.
No, all good.
Okay.
Let me know when you get that email.
Cool.
Looks like mine just came through.
One second here. My phone's going crazy today.
No, take your time.
It's been one of them days, I guess. Okay. Purchase sale, Jonathan. Review documents, I guess, right?
Yep, so we'll go on ahead and review it together. And so this is just going to outline what we agreed to already over the phone. And it's the purchase price for, of course, that $135. And then once you get to the bottom, you'll see where I include that you're to net a minimum of $150. Now, if it comes back, you know, after we go to the title company, and there's like a let's say something crazy like a $200,000 judgment, you know, that's a conversation we'd have to have, you know, if that were to come up.
There's no judgment. There is no judgment on this house.
Perfect.
On this property.
Then, yeah, I don't see there
it's
being.
Just straight through the bank and no.
Perfect. So yeah, then in that case, I don't think that there'd be any reason why you couldn't net the $50,000. And then of course, you know, we've got the 90 business days for the closing. That we're purchasing the property as is. We're responsible for all of those closing costs. Of course, you know, we spoke about the access. So if we've got a schedule, you know, for like a showing or bring a contractor through just to get an estimate, or, you know, it's one of our retail partners, we would give you, of course, that heads up. We'll schedule with you in advance. And then, of course, the disclosure that, you know, we are investors.
Right. So
then
is this the 50,000? Is it guaranteed?
Yes, like I'm saying, as long as there's no crazy $200,000 judgment that pops up, and you're telling me that it won't, and I believe you. There's no judgment. Yep. As long as you owe $85,000 on the property, if you sell
That's what they told me tonight. 85.
Okay, perfect. So if you sell it for $135,000, that would be $50,000 net to you without making any of those repairs. Okay.
Right.
So there'll be a couple buttons that there will show. It'll be like an arrow where you can tap to sign. Once you tap that, it'll pop up and you can add your signature, or you can choose from one that they have for you, and there'll be just 3 buttons to tap to get the ball rolling, and we can go on ahead and schedule, you know, to come out and see the property.
Okay, well, thank you. I gotta get my eyes on so I can see, okay?
Absolutely, take your time.
Are they allowed to be country directors? No. Tell them to get back in here. It's raining. They're sitting on the brink. Well, I know. Tell Brian and Mason to get back in here now. I'm sorry. Hold on a second.
Take your time.
I'll take care of these kids.
Get your water jug.
I hear you.
No. I'm on the phone with Levi Houses, and he's guaranteeing me I can walk away with 50. That's what I said. You know what? I can't deal with something wrong out here. Okay, let me find this one here. Okay, Stellar signature. Okay, I see that. It's like an agreement, and then they do like a to do like a title search and stuff like that. You know, I ain't got no I ain't got no judgment on the house or nothing like that. You know, that's
just so we're on the same
my
page,
taxes up to date.
I just want to make sure we're on the same page. So this is an agreement, and so we submit the agreement to the title company, okay, and that's where they're going to do the title search and all that. But this agreement's just going to outline everything that we already spoke about on the phone, being that you don't have to make any repairs to the property. You will net, the minimum of $50,000, and we'll take care of those closing costs, okay?
Right.
Right. And then, of course, we talked a little bit about the process, and that, we'll give you a heads up, say if we need to bring in, one of our third-party retail partners, or say we got to do a showing or bring a contractor or anything, we'll give you a heads up in advance so that we can schedule, and you won't be surprised if anybody shows up.
Right. I gotta try to find this. I can't find anything on it. It's like chicken scratching.
That's quite all right.
I'll see what I can do, okay?
Take your time.
Best I can do.
No, you're doing great.
I hate signing these things. There's not enough room on them. You know what I mean?
I hear
Get
you.
that on there.
I think they might even have a pre-made signature if you want to use one of theirs, but any signature is good from you. So even if it's chicken scratch or it's not the most beautiful one, as long as you've got it there, you'll be good to go.
Okay, I'm trying.
Take your time.
Best I can do. Now, do I click on the adopt and sign?
Yep, so you'll click the adopt and sign button when you're ready. There'll be 3 boxes you can tap, and then you'll see a finish button.
Okay, I need to do. I see email required sign here. So I go sign again, right?
Yep, there'll be 3 little buttons you can tap on, and then you'll see the finish button pop up, and then we'll be good to go.
Okay, that's on there, so get that went. Yep. One more step.
Fantastic. All right, Brenda, so now we are in business. The next thing we got to do is schedule, for a time for us to come out there. So I know that the kids just got home from school. What does typically, your availability look like during the week?
The week would be better. Those kids are in school. Can you give me say what time frame can you give me? 1 or 2 weeks?
Well, we can certainly schedule, on your time. If you wanted me to reach out and see if we've got availability for us tomorrow at some point, or if maybe you'd like to have some time, to get things together, that's totally fine too. How quickly, would you like us to get out there? Would you like me to see if I can get something, scheduled for either tomorrow or Wednesday?
Wednesday. What date is that? I know I got a dental appointment.
That'll be the 9th.
It's your birthday. That's my birthday.
Oh, no kidding. Happy early birthday. I can't wait to call you and say happy birthday.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now I got church Wednesday too, so I got to figure this out.
Okay.
If they can.
Would you want to shoot for Thursday?
Yeah, let's pick Thursday. It'd be better because I have church on Wednesday, and I don't want to be like rushed and get what I'm saying.
That's right. No rush here. So
Thursday around say between 11 and 12:30.
That'll work.
In that time frame.
Let me make a call, and then I'll go on ahead and confirm back with you, and then we can try to lock in for Thursday between, you said 11:30, 12. That works best for you?
Yes. Yes.
Fantastic. Okay. Wonderful. Well, I appreciate it, Brenda, and I'm going to go on ahead and get on that now, and I'll be back in touch with you so that we can confirm for Thursday, okay?
All right. Sounds good.
All right. And if I don't catch you, happy birthday to you, okay?
Thank you.
Absolutely. You take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, y'all. So we just got a new property under contract for Novation. Drop some ones in the chat. Drop some ones in the chat. We dropped some W's in the chat. Not a one. I want to see some W's in the chat. We got some W's in the chat. Dropping some W's in the chat. I'm telling you, man, we just got to get me on the phone with people that are motivated to sell. I have a bulletproof sales process, bro. If you put me on the phone with somebody that's motivated, we talked to people that weren't motivated, weren't really there, then we got somebody that was motivated, call me, I get the deal closed. All right. Let's see. I also have another lead that came in. There was that one, and then I got another one. Y'all want to see one more call? Let me know in the chat who wants to see one more call. Keem goes, why didn't you disclose it would be on market? Well, I mean, I brought up the fact that, we bring in the third party retail buyer, retail partner. I asked, if we could schedule for showings and that kind of thing. I'll come back and just make sure that she's on the same page with me if there's any concern about that, but that's not going to be a problem, I don't think. Okay, we got 2 leads. Let's call this one.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Alright, so they didn't pick up. We hit them with a 3-peat. So now I'm going to need an agent in that area. I don't even think I have a naturally deep voice. I don't think I have that deep of a voice, to be honest. Bro, Sean Terry is the GOAT. All right, if you guys haven't seen that live, we brought Sean Terry on the podcast, and Sean Terry is an absolute GOAT. But the real GOAT, bro, we got Mike Martin in here, man. He just watched me close that lady on the phone, man. You guys don't understand. Mike Martin put me on, bro. Put me on. Show me how to talk to these sellers, man. I'm so serious, bro. Hey, he doesn't like it when I tell people what happened, man. But Mike put me on, real deal. Real deal. But yeah, man. That was a great call. You know, we got an agreement together. Always open, you know, to any feedback. And then, of course, you know, we got more leads coming in off the list blast. Vida, você tá com fome? Yeah, we're getting hungry out here. It's all love, man. It's real deal, real deal. Shout out Mike Martin, man. Real deal. Nah, but for real. Let's see. Y'all want to see one more call? We're gonna wrap it up, man. It's time to get some food. I think that was a fire call to end on, man. One more. You got one more. Just one more. Oh wow, that's crazy. Brandon says Sean Terry brought him up on stage when he went to his live event. It's crazy. He just started wholesaling. That's dope. Yeah, Sean is a goat. I remember listening to some of Sean Terry's flip2freedom.com. Flip2freedom. Sean is goated too. He said some fire stuff too. I've seen he's been partnered up with Nick Perry recently. When I'm doing SMS marketing, do I need to make sure I'm replying to responses ASAP? Yes, you need to be on them as soon as possible. But if they're interested, they're interested. You know what I'm saying? The other side of the coin is, okay, well, if they're interested and they reply to you and somebody else happens to hit them up, and whoever talks to that person first is going to get that person if they have that bulletproof sales process. What do you think about the pitch, Mike? Because you saw the pitch. Is there anything I could have improved about the pitch? What is your feedback? Oh man, that's crazy. Wasn't on here when I pitched. Nah, you good. Four books. That's crazy. Nah, it was a good pitch. I got an agreement signed, but one of the things that was brought up was I didn't directly disclose that I would be putting the property on the MLS or whatever. But I mean, it is in the agreement, and I made mention of partners and the retail buyer and all that. So we'll see. I don't think there's going to be any friction though. I think as long as she gets her 50K, she doesn't care. What kinds of leads are you SMS blasting? You gotta tap in with List Blast, and we'll put you on. I'll put the link. Go sign up for List Blast. If any of you all want to get blasting, if y'all want to get some of these leads, man, go tap in with List Blast. This guy is feeling some sort of way. He said 75,000 if you want. Let's call Albert. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. 75,000. 75,000. Wow. People that say stuff like that, hit you back like that, are likely motivated. Right.
Please leave your message for
Alright, he didn't pick up. I'll try calling him
Hello.
Albert, this is John. How are you? awesome, man.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry about that. I think we got disconnected there. This is John. I was
Where you
actually,
get my phone number from?
you actually hit
Huh?
us back. You said that you were looking to sell for
Where you get my
75,000.
phone number from? I didn't give it to you.
Okay, were you not interested in
What you
selling?
calling me for?
Okay, no worries, man. You have a blessed rest of your day, man. Off to the next one, you know. You know what I'm saying? This guy just, he ain't interested. You know what I'm saying? But there are people that are interested out here. You know what I'm saying? There, as you guys can see. Okay, this is gonna be the last one, and then I'm out of here. I'm gonna get some food. It's time to eat. Y'all want to be on some real game? Chicken diet goes crazy. Just eating straight chicken, salad, potato. Get big real fast.
Hi, I can't get your phone right now, but leave a message. I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
I'm gonna call her again. No answer. I'm out of here. Drop some fire in the chat if you guys thought today's live stream was valuable. I want to know how many people were in here and benefited, you know, from watching the deal go down and everything. Appreciate y'all, man. We got some fire in the chat. It's been a while since we've been live, man. I miss doing this.
Hi, I can't get your phone right now, but leave a message. I'll get back to you.
All right, so Amy, she didn't pick up, so I'm gonna mark it starred, and I'm gonna mark it called no contact, and then I'm gonna follow up with her, or have one of my guys follow up with her later. Cool. Called no contact. All right, y'all. Listen, this is the #1 most valuable real estate community in existence. If you haven't already, you got to come join us on the Discord at discord.gg/REIRev or on our website at reirev.com. You got to get around people that are actively doing this business at all sorts of different levels. One more before we go. Liam says, I usually overcome that objection with the marketing team pulled a list of properties in the area and it looks like it fit with us. Then I just changed the subject. I think that's a good one. He was pretty upset though. I don't know if he was all too serious, you know, hitting us back with the caps. But it might be worth it, you know. It might be worth giving him a call. But there are plenty of people out there, you know. So no scarcity of leads, plenty of opportunity. You know, there are too many people to call. You know, you can get on the phone with somebody that is really, really looking to sell, and they're not going to be talking to you like that. One more before we head out. The SMS budget, I'm probably maybe spending like no more than $20 a day. No more. All right, everybody. Love y'all. Best community. Stay up, stay active, stay blessed, stay grateful. Keep your house clean. We'll catch you on